next splint that we are about to apply is going to be the long arm posterior splint. The indication for this particular splint will be for elbow injuries, radial and ulnar injuries. Again, we measure with our ACE wrap. We start right at the palmar crease here. We measure from the palmar crease all the way up the entire arm, just short of being in the armpit. Again, we're going to use a 2-inch on this young lady. So you, again, measure correct length for the fiberglass here. We cut, remove from the sheath. Again, there are jagged edges in the splinting material, so again we want to take the sleeve and extend it out over the jagged areas. We want to prevent any discomfort to the patient. Again, you have your cool, clean water. Minimum amount of water is applied. That's enough there. We remove the excess water from the splinting material by rolling it in a clean towel. Once that's complete, you take the palm of your hand and you remove all the creases that remain in the splinting material. Again, we want it to be as comfortable on the patient as possible. Okay. 90 degrees here, we take this over here, please. Right there at that palmar crease. And we actually start the application of the ACE wrap at the wrist area. And what it does, is just secure your splint in place. And then you work downward. Okay? Make sure it is wrinkle free. Just apply nice and neat. So once you have the splint applied, you just want to hold it maybe just about a minute to 2 minutes until it begins to harden. Once this is done, the patient is placed in a sling. So whenever you have long arm splints that are applied to the patient, they always go home with the sling. Okay, before they leave the department, they need to be in the sling. Otherwise, the patient has a tendency to move this material, okay, the splint. So this is what we have. Then what we do, we check for circulation. The nail beds are nice and pink, and we press down on it, turns white, release it, and it goes back pink within 2 seconds, indicates circulation is good. So that's also very important. And that is how the long arm posterior splint is applied.